So, after months and months and months of reassurance, how did they actually break the news of telling you that you're not graduating?
They were definitely not fragile.
They were very brutal. Like, okay.
There was no accountability. It was like,
Why can't we access you? Why do you have a PA? Well, a student.
Barack Obama.
Like, I feel like, you know what? Which camera should I look at? If you are a...
she told me that they called the lecturer to ask about my results, and then he admitted that he did not add my results. But they can't just fix them, they can't just add them.
Being goal orientated, whereby you want to achieve dreams,
is for you to bring them back to perspective on their value and their worth.
Don't you want to They're waiting.
Okay.
Students.
Bafundi, welcome to the #1 student podcast in SA. Today's topic, we're going to talk about a student who was set to graduate on the 7th of April, but who is not actually going to graduate anymore on the 7th of April due to administrative errors. But this topic is very common as we see a lot of students around the country going through such a case, not only in Cput but also in other universities in the country. As we may view on TikTok, there are a lot of victims there. And the goal of today is to actually uncover what happened, understand the institutional failures, and also explore the solutions. Before introducing our wonderful guests, I just want to say, live on your screen, it's the one and only U.M.R. Mongo. And I'm not walking alone. I'm with the one and only ghost lady, but she's screen lady man. Umaya.
Hi, I'm just Maya.
I'm just Maya. And then behind the screen, guys, we have our very own Resmada. How are you?
I'm fine.
You don't want to say anything?
You're still introducing me.
Nee.
Don't be shy, Pel.
So, guys,
No, I'm not.
our guest for today, she goes by the name of Ayanda, the very own phenomenal. So, I will let her introduce herself. What's Ayanda?
My name is Ayanda, surname Denisa. I'm a Cput student. What else do you want to know?
I think that's enough. What do you live? Kailish?
Gryfontein.
Okay. So I just wanna, before we actually, I just wanna get straight to it. Né? Can you take us back to last year when you submitted your final assessment towards what happened actually when you actually did that?
At the beginning of
Yeah,
all of this.
back of the story.
So this started in April last year when we were given an assignment. So we submitted our assignments and the marks came. And then when I checked mine, there was a 0 on SOS. So immediately I emailed my lecturer and then I asked why am I a 0 on SOS, but I submitted my assignment. So he told me he will check and get back to me. So he did, and then he came back saying there was an error with my submission. I submitted twice. So there was my assignment and then there was a blank page. So as I'm assuming that was a network issue because I don't remember submitting twice. So he told me that he will mark my assignment because he also sees from his side that my assignment was submitted like around the same time as that blank assignment, but he only saw the blank assignment, which was I'm not sure if it was the first one or the second one.
I think it's mostly the second one because they usually see the last submission
Yeah,
that you made.
yeah. So
how did you feel like when you actually realized that, okay, I made 2 submissions instead of making 1 submission?
I didn't see it a problem since he also said that he saw my assignment and the time of the submission. So I didn't, and then he told me that he will fix that, he will mark my assignment. So I didn't see any problem or...
Meaning he assured her and said, I see both documents, but the blank one I will not look at, and I will look at the one that is your assignment, your actual assignment. Which later on he doesn't.
No, he did.
Okay.
He marked my assignment, and then he told me that my marks he will update my marks on SOS. So I think a week or 2 weeks, when I checked my SOS, my marks are still not showing. And then I emailed him again, but sir, my marks are still not showing on SOS. Have you updated my marks? He told me that he has added my marks on the spreadsheet, but he is not the one who updates marks on SOS. Mr. Sibia will update my marks, and then he forwarded my email to Mr. Sibia.
Did he give you a reason as to why Mr. Sibia has to be the one that uploads? Or is Mr. Sibia like an HOD of your faculty?
No, he didn't give me a reason, and I did not ask. I just assumed maybe that's how it works.
Do you know about Mr. Sibia? Because from my understanding, I believe that if you're going to hand something over, it should either be a moderator or an HOD. So is Mr. Sibia in any of those roles?
I don't know. I don't know why.
At the same time, I understand why you did not ask, because if he tells you, I will give, this person is the one who updates marks, surely you know, okay, which means that's how things are done. So no questions asked.
Exactly.
But like, you know why I'm asking if he had a certain role to play? It's because I feel like if he was able to upload the marks the first time with the rest of the class, then it shouldn't be something that he needs to hand over to another person if he was able to do it the first time with the other students. Do you get what I mean? Unless if it was something that needed a step that required either a moderator or an HOD. That's why I'm asking if this Mr. Sibia had a
I get
certain
your
role
point.
to play in any of this. You understand what I mean? I'm just trying to understand where the lack is starting to come from.
So Mr. Sbia was the one that was supposed to rectify the marks and actually put the correct submission.
I think Mr. Sibia was supposed to
Just upload.
Yeah.
those
So
marks.
everything has been marked.
Yes, everything has been marked. He told me my marks have been added on the spreadsheet, just that to appear on SOS, Mr. Sibia has to upload them.
Okay.
Because it happens that lecturers are only uploading on Blackboard, but SOS is something else, because they also tell you that after something has been submitted on SOS, it can't be changed that easily now. So I understand also your question, Maya, by you asking Guti, because it's confusing, man. Why is the lecturer...
My reason for asking this is because I've been in a similar situation. Nah, I think it was in my second year where my lecturers marked everybody, including my things, but then didn't upload mine to SOS. I made him aware of it as soon as I was aware of it. He told me that in 2 weeks' time, he will have it on Blackboard. And indeed, in 2 weeks' time, it was there. He told me that he will do it himself. It's just that he's having... on SOS, not Blackboard. He said that he's having problems with his Blackboard, so then he has to first get to Blackboard, retrieve my marks, see it, and then only upload it to SOS. He didn't tell me about any third parties. You understand? So from my understanding, the whole uploading of marks is just it's between you and your lecturer.
But did you get any confirmation that the matter was resolved after you actually followed up, after you saw your marks? Did he tell you that, okay, this person is actually going to do this? And after you came and then he told you, no, I'm going to contact him, what was the second follow-up like?
He told me that he would contact Mr. Sibia to update my marks, and then I waited. And then few weeks again, I checked my marks on Blackboard, still a 0, and then I emailed him again and asked. And like we were doing
Back and forth.
back and forth. Even when they uploaded the marks that were coming after these ones, I emailed him again. But sir, the new marks have been updated, but the old one that I've been inquiring about, it's still a 0 there. But always he kept telling me that he would email Mr. Sibia. That was his response to my emails. That he would remind Mr. Sibia every time.
Did this actually affect you in any type of way when you were doing your other tests or assignments, knowing that, okay, now there's a possibility that I may have obtained a 0 on this one, and the 0 may not have be changed or something. Did it actually affect you with your other assignments or other tests when you were writing them?
I don't want to lie, ne? I took this lightly. Because first of all, he didn't deny that I'm not supposed. He didn't deny that my marks. He made a mistake. He will update my marks. So I was not worried because I was like, no. They will put my marks. They will update my marks on SOS. But then I had to remind them every time. Like I didn't understand why. Why is it taking this long?
Were you the only victim towards this incident?
Yes, I
From
think
what she
that, yeah.
knows.
Nah. Because it's shocking, man, that I was also going through TikTok, and it's something that, like I said before the episode, it's something that actually happens quite a lot, not only in CPUT but also in other institutions, because I don't believe that it's your fault that the system captured 2 submissions. Because it happens sometimes, you can double click the submit because you're under pressure. You're like, I want to make this deadline. And then you're like, and then go on to submissions. Kanjalo nje.
But now my thing is the problem doesn't even lie with the fact that she uploaded 2 assignments, because he acknowledged it, one, and then after that he said he will fix it. And then he went on to put it on the spreadsheet, which means he's aware of it and he knows that it's a pass mark. The other thing that irritates me the most about this thing is that I was listening to your video on TikTok where you said that this particular assignment is actually weighing more than the other assignments, which is now the reason why you cannot be participating in the upcoming ceremony of the graduations. Now, my question is, as a lecturer, when you know that this particular assignment has it has a more weight than the other assignments, why do you not make it a point to make sure that what has to be done gets done? Because like contacting that Mr. Sibiya over and over again, or he's your colleague, is it so hard to go to his office and make sure that he gets it done?
But is your lecturer the only person that you spoke to regarding this incident?
I spoke to the lecturer last year. I only reported at school when I saw that I failed in December.
Oh, so you went from getting the results, following up, and then now you saw this problem together with
And
the
I
lecturer.
immediately knew that my marks were not added.
And then you followed up, even though you were writing other exams and assignments up until December.
Up until December, if you can see the screenshots that I shared on my TikTok and the dates, up until December, my last email in November, I emailed him telling him that I am worried because I think my marks here will not be added on my year mark, because I've been reminding him. He never replied to that last email.
I don't think these people even care about this issue. Even your lecturer, I don't think he cared.
They didn't.
Because if he did, he would have tried to push the Mr. Sibiya, because you've been trying to
That's
make
what I was
a frequent
saying.
contact.
Do you not get tired of the same person who
You
keeps
understand?
emailing you,
Exactly.
emailing you?
So what was your results actually?
I was a 42%.
Nah. In terms of, is it the final year results, or I want the results that you got but they didn't upload on SOS?
He didn't tell me the
Or it
results.
didn't tell you?
Meaning she doesn't know her
He
marks.
didn't tell me the results.
Yo.
So right now, you don't have to graduate on time because of the error that happened on their end. And we've been trying to make a communication from April until the end of the year. And no one even cared or bothered to get that fixed.
If you think about it, it's been a year, because from
You
April
understand?
to April, we're in April now. It's been a full year.
Sure.
So have you ever maybe thought of escalating this issue externally out of CPUT? Because I feel like...
I've thought about that. I have thought about that.
Yeah, because my thing is, she went through all this process. Man, when did you go to the department of
December, before we closed.
So that's when you only went to them. What made you go to them at that time?
Because I saw my results that I had failed that module.
Did you try going to the dean?
No, I did not try going to the dean. I think on my side, it is lack of knowledge. Like I didn't know.
And the fact that they also assured you they will get it fixed as well.
Yes. So I reported to the secretary, and then she told me that since they were closing for December, she will get back at me in January. And then she did, and then she told me that they called the lecturer to ask about my results, and then he admitted that he did not add my results. But they can't just fix them. They can't just add them. It needs to go to the faculty. It needs to go to the institution for them to verify and approve and do that amendment. So it went to the faculty, I think early February. It went to the faculty where they checked, and they also said the same thing, that my marks were not added. I was not supposed to fail this module.
But before we go to the faculty meeting, I just want to talk about the department of what is it? The department of what?
Marketing department.
Marketing department. So when you went to them, I just want to know, after you approached them, what was their response to your email?
They told me to send proof.
Of what?
Of all that, because I told them that my marks were not updated on SOS. They gave me a 0, but I know for a fact that I did not get a 0 for that. And I've been reminding the lecturer to add my marks, and he never did. So I wanted to report that. So they told me to send the proof of everything. Luckily, I had screenshot everything, so I sent them the screenshots.
The emails.
Yes.
What was the response after they got the proof of the screenshots?
They told me that I must wait for next year, January.
So they telling you again to wait. Was it late in terms of schools were closed?
I would assume, because it was after the results came out, and then we were preparing to close the schools for December holidays. So I would assume it was late or.
So they also reassured you that, okay, we can actually help you, but let's not do it now. Let's do it the following year.
They did, even this year. They were telling me not to panic, because I would send emails even this year, and they would tell me that I must not panic, because when they told me that when they told me to wait for the institution meeting, which will be held on the month end of March, I asked them, won't it be late for my graduation? Because you're telling me about month end of March, but the graduation is in the first week of April. So won't it be late? And they assured me that I must not panic. Everything will be sorted. They saw my marks. They just want to send them to the institution to do approval and marks amendment, and that I will graduate. Only to tell me last minute that I will not be graduating.
It's so painful, man, that you imagine, Maya, you actually following up on something from the day or the next week of finding out, could see this thing, they made a mistake, I need to get my marks, and then goes November, and you're still getting like the wrong results. Imagine getting to fail a module because of an error that's done by the institution. It's one thing to fail on your own, Mara. To know what the institution has a head in hand. Like,
I want to know that from November till now, because I get what you're saying, during the year you were quite relaxed because you trusted your lecturer to do the right thing. So from November to this point, how was your mental state? Like, how were you, I don't know, getting by? Because you're no ways.
That's when I panicked, girl. I started panicking when I saw that my marks were not updated, and then I had failed the module.
You started panicking November?
Yes, I started panicking. Yeah.
I can imagine the emotional turmoil that you could have went through.
So right now you have accepted that you're not going to graduate on time.
I have no choice.
But before we actually get there, guys, I just want to say, make sure that you get your own tribe of coffee. It's very nice and amazing. Right now I'm having the summer times, like I told you, it's my favorite. But other than that, make sure, man, that you follow them on their social media platforms. Also subscribe to the YouTube channel of the Number One Student Podcast, and make sure that you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Naib. Facebook. You call it Facebook? Yeah. Students, it pains us to know that 80% of you haven't subscribed to the channel. So we would like to ask you, whether you are a student, a lecturer, or professional working class, please hit the subscribe button down below. And just by that small act, you're going to be helping us to being the biggest student platform in the continent. So can you please subscribe and share the channel to more people, and we promise to give you the most valuable content that you've ever experienced and give you the best guest that you can. Thank you so much. So after months and months and months of reassurance, how did they actually break the news of telling you that you're not graduating?
They were definitely not fragile.
They were very brutal. Like, okay.
There was no accountability.
Oh.
It was like, okay, yeah, the meeting was held. You won't be graduating. This April you'll be graduating in December, and that was like, there was no accountability. There was no sympathy. Like
Nothing at all.
I want to know, isn't like there a way to take up this matter with like the tertiary institution? I don't know.
Maybe there's a board.
Like, yeah, something that is outside of Cput but is like some sort of organization.
I feel like it's the Department of Education.
Yeah, but like I get a Honolulu Department of Education for, and then so for like a board that is for this without like suing, because I believe that if maybe you were to sue the institution on you, it's going to be a drag. One, two, like it's going to like financially, it's going to be a lot. So isn't there like a board?
Fortunate, stop smiling. Search about the place the university student is supposed to go to.
Yeah.
If they want to get help. She's smiling, Chief.
Some form of organization where they can actually make Cput take up accountability and actually make them compensate you for waiting. Because I don't think in the time that you'll be sitting alone, that's at home for this whole year, that's the time that you could be using with your qualification to look for a job. So they must compensate you for that unplanned unemployment. If you were going to be unemployed because you were not finding a job, that was going to be okay. But if you're being unemployed because you couldn't graduate because of somebody that was incompetent in doing their work, then they definitely have to compensate you.
But
that's like,
no, I get it. And also speaking about that, there's a lot of you get a roller coaster of emotional imbalances because you get traumatic. This is a very traumatic experience, man, because you always on urge. You're like but like graduation is like the milestone.
you waited for it
studying.
3 years, 4 years, like.
And then you get that opportunity to actually get there now, to only know that it's not you that actually made this thing not come true. Yeah, delayed. It's actually an institution. It's quite really traumatic because you're like, it wasn't also in my hands. I tried to actually work around matters to make this work, but I couldn't. Yeah, but it's...
And I was shocked to hear when I went to the school and I spoke to the faculty manager. I was shocked to hear that the lecturer, when maybe he was explaining his side of the story, he lied, saying that I had changed. I had changed the offering. Because I hear now the faculty manager is trying to get my side of the story, and then she is telling me what she had on her side. Now she's explaining that these things happen when you change your offering, and then your marks will be like, if you were from part-time to full-time, they will forget to add your marks. And then in my case, I never changed any offering. And then I was asking her, where did you hear this, that I've changed an offering?
Were you a full-time student?
I was a part-time. I've always been a part-time.
So they are saying you changed to full-time?
Yes.
Wow.
That's why there was this mix-up. And then I never changed any offering. And I was like, didn't you guys, when you were investigating the lecturer, didn't you guys check on the system if what he is saying is true? I have changed the offering.
Because there's a reason, there's a system, it should work.
But one thing about these institutions, they actually protect their employees more than they do the students. And that is why I'm asking again, isn't there a way to get them to be accountable for what they did. There has to be some form of action that gets taken.
What's the way for
You should be searching.
So
Okay.
there are several bodies that this issue can be reported to. We have the Council of Higher Education, the South African Qualifications Authority, the Higher
second
Education Quality Committee, the Department of Higher Education and Training, as well as the Student Advancement, lastly, South African Union of Students.
All of them. Tell all of them if possible.
I mean, I would see all of them.
Hence I'm saying, like, if possible, all of them, they should know, because this is bad. It's really bad. And like, there should be some form of justice for you, because this is a great delay upon your own future that was not even caused by you. We would maybe make excuses if maybe you failed on your own or something, but if it's their fault and their responsibility, then
But did they offer solutions, or did they just say, no, it's too late?
No solutions.
So they
the
just...
only solution is come back next year.
Yes.
Or for
Are
the
they trying
summer
to tell you that you
graduation.
should appeal, or...
No.
They're not even. Are you coming back for the summer graduation in December, or are you waiting for the autumn next
They
year?
told me to come in December for the summer graduation.
But still, in that time, you should be in your office.
Chief, so...
I also
Waiting
applied
for your salary.
to do a BTEC, and then I was accepted pending the results. Then I received like a rejection. So I don't know if I was rejected because I had failed.
Mara, what did your mom say about this?
Yo, I don't even want to touch on that.
But does she know?
Yes, they know.
So when they say that you need to graduate in December, did they fix the marks now as we speak? Are
Because
they
it
fixed,
might-
or it's still zero there?
They told me that yes, they told me the marks will be fixed, and then I will receive an completion letter.
So they're still not there yet.
So it's still words versus action,
Yes.
It's words. It's words.
but there's no delivery. Because is it that difficult to the point, Kuti, someone can take their own computer and put it there and log into this SOS
And I don't even
system?
I don't think it's that difficult.
It's
I don't think what
not.
they have to do needs them to do manual labor, like brick upon brick. It's
No,
not
it's
that
just
difficult.
do you know that the systems in the country sometimes they're unnecessary, man, because they really are the barriers that stop someone from succeeding or actually getting something, because this is really unnecessary. Is it that difficult? Kuti?
Demotivating.
Yeah,
I
man.
want to know, since you posted on TikTok, has the SRC ever reached out to you? Because again, they're supposed to be the student representatives. Did they ever reach out to you and try to help you with this whole thing?
Not the SRC, no.
Who tried to reach out?
It's the guys from the EFF. And also, like, I didn't get any help because they keep sending me to, please WhatsApp this, and then when I WhatsApp, please WhatsApp this, and then it's training.
Ngathi ngapheliswa leyo WhatsApp, mangasuka leyo WhatsApp, ayo.
But were there any policies or rules that made this thing to be harder? Like you said, with the Department of Marketing, they told you, no, we have to go through this procedure because it's going to seem like we pushed you or we made arrangements for you to what were the policies that were in place?
Hey, not that I know of any.
But how is it going to seem like
But
we
this whole
pushed
thing,
you?
this whole
Yet
thing
there
is
a
made
proof
up.
that
It's made
you
up.
Because you
understand?
can see my Maximus.
Exactly.
I believe it's made up to actually cover the mess of the lecturer. Because if you
100%.
think about it, he had the marks on the spreadsheet. He had sent that other person the email to say, this is what's happening. And now all of a sudden, when you have to put it on Blackboard, oh no, they will think we pushed you.
Maybe.
How?
Who will think they pushed you to start with?
Because you have all the evidence in front of you. There's email
Exactly.
upon email upon email from her end,
And it's-
email upon email from the lecturer to Mr. Sbia.
And it's 7 months, like straight 7 months of follow-up emails before exams of the last year's exams. Whereby this person has had a whole 7-month period to actually upload.
I feel like sometimes, it's not. If you don't want your job, just quit, okay? Go sit at home.
So what does it mean, man, for like your future plans? They are delayed now. Like you were supposed to be working, number one. Maybe you did well on your internships and they want to hire you.
Exactly.
You were the future, like family expectations. Like I said, what did your mom say? I really want to know.
They are so disappointed. I only told them when I found out that I won't be graduating, because I didn't want to worry them with this whole thing. I didn't want to worry them, and I had hoped that my issue would be solved. So they kept asking about the graduation, and I would make up a story. No, the date has not been released yet. And then I had to be honest.
And now when you're being honest, it's like you're lying, Jay. They just don't believe what
Yeah,
you're saying.
They told me that they knew something was going on,
Yeah.
because when they were asking, like,
Your stories are not compiling
yeah,
properly.
they knew something was going on, but they didn't know it was this bad. It was this. Yeah.
And
But
it's
at least they're giving you support, like in
Yeah,
this whole
they
thing.
are. They
so
are.
painful
They
that
are. They are.
we're coming from home to break generational curses and
You.
people are saying, Chief, it's not nice, man, because students are struggling, Chief. If you're watching this, students are struggling and you're a parent at home, check on that student. There's a lot that we're going through, but we don't talk. We don't say it because we don't want to add additional stress.
And we don't want to worry them.
Because like not even a month ago, students were sleeping outside. I don't even know that they're still sleeping outside, but
There were still a couple of weeks ago, that was sleeping outside. If I was like a journalist by nature or whatever, I would have taken a few videos and did some interviews. But like, I didn't want to make them feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like every day they're sitting there with their blankets and everything. You don't want to impose. They already have their own problems. But it was happening until I think about 2-3 weeks ago. There were still people that were not accommodated.
I actually want to go through some of your comments that I actually saw on your post. I saw quite a few of them. Like this one. This one said, lecturer at Cput didn't add my marks for a group assignment. I was excluded and I wrote the appeal in tears. She checked on her side and fixed the mistake. I think this one went to the dean. As a student, you really need to pray.
Are you able? Is it a possibility to access the dean? You are the first person that I hear that actually recommends the dean. Like
Yeah.
most people would say, I don't know. Like they would make you go around the HOD.
Yeah,
they will
they
never
did that to
like
me.
Do you
they
know
will
what's the-
never straightforward say go to the dean.
The best formula or method, I feel like if you don't know which platform to talk to, the best people to CC on your email is CCing the SRC, CCing the dean, and the HOD of your
But are they
faculty.
helping? You know, I'm so disappointed in the SRC in this situation. I'm so disappointed because one of your own comes out and the president, is not doing anything.
Who's the president? Then?
Samas, you see, that's the other problem. You are
Who's
a
the
president,
president?
but we're not aware of you. We don't see the things that you do. You're not fighting for the students. You're not representing the students in a way that, okay, Shapo, we hear you giving food parcels and whatnot, but what about the things that are affecting students individually? What about this case? This is a unique case, right? Why are you not standing up as the president of the SRC and saying, I saw this video, I heard your cry, and this is what I will try to do to help you. But instead you are sending political party members that are not even in the SRC.
I feel like
They aspire to be there. So what are they going to do? Because they still have to be like, oh, this is what I know, this is who I know, and then there's the whole WhatsApp thing.
I feel like also they create the structural responses whereby people make it difficult to get to the right person.
But that's what I hate about Cput. Why, as a president, are you inaccessible? You are a student representative council, and you are a president. Why are you not? Why can't we access you? Why do you have a PA? Only student.
Barack Obama.
Like, I feel like, you know what? Which camera should I look at? If you are a SRC president at whatever institution, please go look at the things that Jemina is doing. The CUT. Go look at that girl and follow in her steps if you are an SRC president. Because what you guys are doing in the institutions, you are screwing students over. We don't like that. We are tired.
No, they are very It's like those people are laid back, man. That position, I feel like it needs you to be on the ground, on the field. Such information, we should have heard this about from the president speaking about
Exactly.
it, releasing a statement saying, okay, we've seen that this kind of student is dealing with such a problem. So we planning such movements or such actionable steps. And I also wanted to ask you, how did it make you feel, man, noticing that on your comment section, there are a lot of people that are victims towards this system and this structure. And some of them actually shared a similar or the same experience that you shared.
Yo, I was so shocked. I was so shocked to see that there are many students who are experiencing this. And I feel like I got lucky in a way because the students are made to repeat the module the whole year.
I saw someone actually say
I think they would have made me do that if I had no proof.
They would have
Because the
said
first thing
repeat
they
it.
asked for was proof.
Yeah, it's going to be your
If
word
I was
against
not
the
able to
lecturers.
provide that proof, I would be made to repeat the module.
I think you did go to email.
I would be made to repeat that module. So I was so shocked, and I was shocked, man, even disappointed at the institution. Like, how is it made a norm? Like, it's something that is going on, and they are not doing anything about it.
It doesn't even bother them. I get you're not their child. I don't think if yes, I don't think if that was one of their children, they were gonna do this.
Exactly.
They were not.
How is it normal? Like, it's something that is occurring like every time the students are trying for the same thing.
And now when I just have to be okay with it, okay, I'm graduating in December because that's what I'm being told. What about your plans?
And
what about
their email was so casual, like it's something
They don't even
That's why I say
apologize.
they don't
Did they throw an apology?
like,
It's like a news flash.
So they
Yeah.
even sent you an email.
yes, they sent me an email.
They
Well,
didn't say sorry. They just said,
no,
"Oh,
I-
by the way, you will graduate in December." Sharp.
It's too late for you to
when-
graduate now.
When are the graduation ceremonies?
7.
Okay.
Next week.
Next week.
I would advise you to go and tell them how is it late for you to graduate, yet you've been making a follow-up on this issue from last year.
Because
and
they-
now they're telling
She
you it's too
actually
late.
made
I-
a follow-up
she
of 1
did.
year.
You understand? And they're telling you it's too late to graduate.
But again, this is what they're saying. They're now making it look like to put the marks on SOS needs cement and bricks
And it needs
and sand and mixing.
and
struggle.
permits.
Because
They have to
email
fly
they
to
sent
Zimbabwe
you-
first.
They need Barack Obama to come here to access
Cyril
their code.
Ramaphosa must sign
Because
it off.
the email they sent you, to be honest with
They
you,
need security
that's
footage.
a content of what stays in a rubbish bin. Don't take that, okay? Because at this point, I feel like I'm being honest.
But I get it. I get, like this thing is making me very emotional. Like even now, like it's making me so angry. That's why I
But
understand what Fortunate is saying.
What's your plan now?
Nothing.
Are you going to wait to
I
graduate?
reported on the faculty manager said she would try to talk to them to make me graduate. So I've been waiting. Even this morning I got her message saying that she's waiting for the feedback. She's doing something on her side. And that.
With your experience, what would you tell someone who's a student that may actually be going through a similar situation? What would you tell them?
Not to keep quiet.
No.
I'll tell them to shades, like not to keep quiet. Like if we normalize speaking about it, maybe they will not take this lightly. Because I was shocked to hear that there are so many students who are experiencing the same thing, but they never spoke out about this. So I would advise if someone is experiencing this to speak out.
Maybe they might find help because sometimes
Yes.
yeah, you are scared.
And Cput must be known for its reputation.
Yeah.
That it does this to students.
Like I said, and it's not only CPUT, guys. I feel like also other universities are also part of this, but
A lot of institutions.
a lot of
quite
them. But it's the matter of how they actually responding to the situation. With
Yes.
CPUT in this case, I'm not proud of it. It's not a great way to actually attend such a problem. And what do you wish that universities could change to make such situations much better?
they should discipline the lecturers. Like, I don't feel like just giving a lecturer a warning is a discipline. I don't feel like a warning is enough, because the inconvenience that you are causing that the students, and then just to get a warning for that.
And you're not even certain that warning was really issued, because
Exactly.
they just told you that. There is no proof that this is what is done.
And I'm discovering now that they are saying I've changed an offering. So it's like they are shifting the blame on the lecturer, saying that no,
It's your fault.
I've changed the offering, it's my fault.
So they
Because
mustn't
these
be
things
biased.
happen when you change the offering. So the blame is now shifted on me. But if you didn't change this offering,
This wouldn't have
happen. And I never changed any offering.
No, the institution must really not be biased. I really hope that you get a better outcome out of this. I really hope that they actually get back to you, hopefully by Friday, and just say, girl, get your things. I really hope that's how it works out, and that you don't have to wait for December. But until then, we can only wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Definitely. And guys, if you are also going through such an experience, please comment down below. Share your story. It might help someone out there. It's good to speak out. You don't have to hold back on such experiences. It doesn't start with you. It has happened before you also. So you should be aware of that. Also, please subscribe to the Number One Student Podcast so we can get more episodes similar to this that actually help students and bring more awareness as to how student life is actually. And more than, apart from that, guys, we'll see you next time, same place on the Number One Student Podcast. And I say thank you so much for your love and support. We're on the road to 10K subscribers. And Sunday in Cput is fortunate. See you guys next week, same time, same place. Adios, amigos. Sharp. Chelo mama no baba subscribe. Nomkhulu nomalume.
What do my shoes have to do now?
Also, universities take care of students, chief. They are important. Christmas.